you're setting up characters that never developed into anything. No one you really was pushing for or pulling for. No one you wanted to die. So they were just there. Um, but that's like the first 50 minutes of the movies is these guys getting to the mountain, getting their tent set up,
Hmm.
and then all of a sudden it just takes a complete turn and it like turns into a video game. These creatures, the CGI was so horrible in this. Anne started laughing. I didn't even have to say anything to her. I'm like, I was like, what? We're watching a video game here. These things are just. It was. It was like I don't know, House of the Dead zombie looking things.
Was
I don't
not
even know.
that
Was a
bad.
I
step
don't even
above.
know
Come
What was the
on.
creature
know what
though?
these creatures are. They're supposed to. It had time travel in it. They're
Oh,
town. They got into a tunnel where they go into this time travel, and I guess they turn into these creatures.
okay.
Yes.
Um,
Yep.
they hung the girl up on a meat hook at the end and had her tattoo. That's the only way I even knew what was going on with the tattoo. But it was just it just seemed like it was a slow burn. You're waiting to build up to something, and then that's what they gave me. It's a 4 out of 10 for me. I don't recommend anybody waste their time with this. It's kind of a found footage movie, and it by that I mean it's almost too good production for it to be a found footage movie, but yet it's still supposed to be a found footage movie. So I didn't get that. It looked like I was watching a movie instead of being in there with them, like
Okay.
being a part of it. Like handheld cameras, you're there with them. I didn't get that. It felt like I was watching a movie that was supposed to be a found footage movie. Horrible CGI, no on screen kills that I remember. Um, not really graphic in any way. I don't know. It could have been a cool creature feature movie, I guess, when they went into the bunker in the mountain, but then they got into time travel, and it's like this thing is just it doesn't know what it wanted to be. 4 out of 10.
Right on.
sometimes
No,
sometimes you get
I can
stalks. It's
see
all
the
right.
CG was not great. But I
Oh, it's
thought the
bad.
story was cool enough that, and it looked cool, and like other things looked cool enough for me. It was like that made the CGI like almost forgivable.
Rennie
But I just
Harlan
like the
wasn't
story itself.
wasn't Rennie Harlan married or with Gina Davis?
Yes, that's why they did Cutthroat Island.
Yeah, and the long kiss goodnight or the long good night or is
Long
Samuel L.
Kiss Goodnight.
Jackson?
You said it right. Yeah.
Is that Samuel L. Jackson and Gina
That was
Davis?
a cool movie. Like that was surprisingly cool.
I don't know. Let's get into let's get into your present from Jason, John Paul. He was like he picked
I
he
know he's already seen this before.
well you did
I
you just
know,
gave it
right?
you gave him a fucking game he wanted or whatever. You went right to his Christmas list and you found
Right.
He
Well,
did.
Tell me what you want, Kieran.
So,
this was one he
so
would
I,
enjoy.
are you? I'll give you let you give the brief summary and
Okay, it's
everything.
what the film is Sorority Babes in the Slime Ball Bolorama from 1988. Summary for that film: as part of a sorority ritual, pledges and their male components steal a trophy from a bowling alley. Unbeknownst to them, it contains a devilish imp who makes their lives a living hell. Directed by the infamous David DeCoto, who did all kinds of bad stuff, just all kinds of bad stuff.
You leave Charlie Band movies alone.
uh, shit takes me back. Written by Sergei Hasenek Nez. I don't know. Uh, the only other credit he had was the 2022 sequel to this movie. Go ahead, Jean Paul.
All right, so I'm going to start off. This is John Paul, and I'm up all night.
Oh shit.
I mean, all right. So the first time I watched this movie is that's how I watched it. Rhonda Shear introduced me to this movie in Up All Night. It was on all the time because one, it has all the elements that all of those Up All Night cheesy horror movies had. Sex, ridiculous language, girls in lingerie, and really bad kills.
And a really bad looking imp too.
And,
Oh
and
yeah,
Looks dumb.
I mean,
he is awesome.
that is the jive talking imp that I absolutely love. Again, like the first time I watched this movie, yeah, it was edited for TV. The movie's runtime is 70 minutes, and they filled like 3 hours on Up All Night to show this 70-minute movie. So,
Who does the voice of the imp?
lots of commercials. But now I rewatched it again because I recently bought the Blu-ray of it, and because they remastered it.
Of course you did.
And I bought the sequel.
Oh my god!
Because they made a sequel 30 years later. I mean, what can we say about this movie? It is a cult classic.
Oh, in every sense of the word.
In every sense of the word, this movie is a cult classic.
Probably the best Dakota film, right? Like,
sure.
I bet.
I mean, it's cheesy. It's silly. I mean, it does have. We were talking about Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4. It's got Andre Jones, who in Nightmare on Elm Street 4 he plays such a badass, and in this he plays this like weird geeky nerd. And the thing is, the description you gave is not true to what this really movie is. It's a bunch of nerds that hear about this sorority ritual that's going on. And then they go try to perv out kind of Revenge of the Nerd style.
Yeah.
And then
evidently George Buck Flowers in it. I see him.
Yes, George Buck Flowers is in it. That's true. Playing the janitor. And the imp gives him wishes that go bad. I mean, it's cheesy, it's fun, it's meant to be tongue-in-cheek. It's an 8 out of 10. So yeah, Jason, I'm sorry that in this gift exchange you got the Charlie Brown Christmas tree, and we all got these beautiful presents. And you gave me a beautiful present.
I just want to go on record and say I spent hours with a list. I have a fucking list of movies I went through, and I thought this would be the one that you'd like. So
give me 2 and 3. Give me.
You should have given him the Blair Witch 2, Book of Shadows.
What you want?
Give me your second place vote and your third place vote.
Okay, hold on.
Your ranking of what you were going to pick.
I had Saint Maud, which I hadn't seen, but I read good things about. It's on Prime. We Are Still Here on Tubi.
We've reviewed that though.
That's a good one. I don't care. I would have reviewed it again.
Yeah, Jason does love that.
It's all right, Randy. You didn't make the movie.
I didn't.
I just didn't I've seen that cover. I've seen that picture for a few times. I've almost played this movie, so it was bound to happen.
You're actually the hardest one to pick a movie for. Like
me?
Yeah, because what haven't you seen? Like, if he's trying to pick something you haven't seen.
Well, I wasn't. Like, I guess I don't mean.
Like, it would be easy to pick something. I'd just look at your wall if I was like, what we got?
I should have went to Saint Maud again. I was going to say, Saint Maud was a new one. It just came out this year, and it's on Prime. Or no, I'm sorry, it came out in 2020. I apologize, but
I don't even know what that is.
It looked crazy.
Slow burn. It's like a weird. It's like,
but the defining thing was, I was like, this has got camping in it. It's got snow.
Yeah, it's outdoors.
I love it. Yeah,
it's outdoors. It's not the woods.
I guess the atmosphere was working for it. I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like sci-fi and the way it morphed into like a little bit of sci-fi, like it's a big Soviet experiment, and then they become what was coming after them. Like I thought,
the trailer
that paradox.
Me,
sweet.
The trailer,
I thought so.
The trailer gave me Chernobyl Diaries vibes. So that's like, I was like,
You know
there
what?
was some radiation in it.
I thought it was good.
Radiation.
Jason, I would have given you Suitable Flesh.
I want to see.
I don't know what that is either.
Just a
Heather Grant. That's
and
all
Barbara Crampton.
Yeah, I was like, he's just going to give you a pile of Suitable Flesh.
It's still good.